huge news for Promontory. The golf membership is jumping from 300,000 to 500,000, and they're going to be announcing a fourth golf course. If you've already have a 300,000 deposit on file and you're selling, that money's not gone, don't worry. But even if your buyer closing slips past the deadline, I'm going to walk you through exactly how the $300,000 transfers, who pays it, and who and where the extra $200,000 actually goes. This is the part that changes how you think about selling right now in Promontory, and I'm going to give you the inside scoop. So, I'm John Brown with Explore Park City Living, associate broker at Keller Williams Park City. Every month, I bring you real MLS numbers for Promontory plus anything happening on the ground that actually affects your decision with buying or selling. So let's get into it. The developer is raising the golf initiation fee from $300,000 to $500,000, effectively September 15th. Put that on your calendar. Now, here's the part that trips people up. It's not about having a signed contract by that date. The transaction has to be closed and funded and recorded by 5 p.m. on September 14th to lock in the $300,000 rate. A contract alone doesn't protect you. If you're thinking about buying here and want the lower number, your timeline is getting tight. It needs to account for a full close, not just going under contract by the date. If you are past the September deadline, here's exactly how it works. Your existing $300,000 deposit on file transfers to the buyer. The buyer pays you, the seller, that $300,000 to acquire it. Then the buyer pays Promontory Club directly an additional $200,000 to bring the total funded deposit up to the $500,000 level. For the buyer, the total cost lands at $500,000 either way, and title does all the shifting work. Same as anyone starting fresh after the deadline. But for you, the seller, if you've got the $300,000 deposit already sitting on your books, you don't have to come up $200,000 extra. You're grandfathered in until you sell it, and then that mix-up happens. One more detail on the membership itself. As it's structured, a family membership covers the primary member, spouse, and children. It used to be for life, but now at age 29, kids fall out of that full golf membership and shift to accompanied guest status, meaning they can still use the club, but only alongside the primary or the spouse that's on the membership. A couple of things that are not changing. Social membership, pretty sure it's staying the same at $100,000. And monthly dues are not going up, I believe. This is specifically a golf membership initiation fee increase. So, why now? Based on what I heard, sounds like it's at least partly competitive positioning. Promontory has way more amenities than some of the comparable clubs like Marcella, who's charging $500,000, and this brings the initiation fee more in line with that. Take it with a grain of salt, though. That's a read, not an official statement for the developer, and I'm not speaking for Promontory. On the amenity side, 3 things were just teased in the July town hall that are very exciting. A third clubhouse already in design near the new third gate out towards Browns Canyon, right by an amazing house I'll be coming to market with pretty soon, positioned perfectly between the Nicholas course and the new course and that new clubhouse. So the clubhouse is described as a mix of the shed and the village club. Games, casual dining, a pool, another fitness facility, and specifically more pickleball courts because we need them. An adult lap pool coming to the Nick course clubhouse also in design. And a fourth golf course we talked about, still in the design phase with the developer working to secure water rights and a rough estimate of 4 to 6 months to get that squared away, is what I've been told. But who's designing it? It's not been confirmed. The developer was asked this at a town hall and just teased, you won't be disappointed. So hopefully that's true. But for context on where the whole community is on its build out, It's grown from 6,400 acres to the original 6,400 acres to 7,200 acres. 60% of that is in conservancy. Reportedly, around 485 lots left to sell, with about 1,100 homes already built and another 200 or so under construction or in the design review phase at the time of this recording. If the $200,000 gap between now and September 15th jump up matters to you, the math, the timing, the purchase just got a lot more concrete. So talk to me before you assume a signed contract is enough and you want to look at properties and see if you can get in before the date. Now, on to the current snapshot of Promontory. Let's get into the actual numbers. 52 homes are active in Promontory right now. The median ask is $5.42 million, about $1,092 a square foot. Over the past 12 months, though, through the end of June, 122 homes have closed at a median $5.2 million, $1,040 a square foot. So current sellers are pricing a little above what's actually closed over the full year, and they hold on to that number. The last 3 fully complete months, April through June, price per square foot is up to $1,139 from $1,040 across a full year. So that's real momentum. Homes selling close to ask, 99 versus 97 for the past year. But days on market in that same window the past couple months actually went up, 36.5 days versus 30.5 for the full year. So old listings finally clearing out, and that backlog pulls the 3-month number up. So narrow it to just May and June, and that days on market drops to 23.5. Same price strength. Now the speed matches it too when you get a little bit closer. This market is accelerating for anything priced right. It's also working through some older, overpriced inventory, as we could see the difference in the days on market. Both true at once. So if you're pricing a listing today, you want to look like the first group, where you price it right and you don't sit on the market forever. So new construction in Promontory, for me, splits up into 3 tiers. Built 2025 or newer, median 1,186 a square foot. Built 2020 to 2024, $1,045. Everything before 2020, $920 a square foot. Each tier roughly 13 to 14% apart. So the 2020 to 2024 tier is actually the fastest moving, median 21 days, newer than resale, but without the finish out delays that can stretch a brand new build. So, they're always under contract for longer. So, you got customization and all that. So for pending though, 57 homes are pending. On the surface, 60% of those are pre-sale, but one development in Sage Hills Estates accounts for 31 out of that 57. That's the Promontory developer units moving inventory, not a community-wide trend. So you kind of have to segment that out. And if you pull that out, the real picture is 26 pending listings, median of 5.4 million. That's 1,150 a square foot, and 7 days on market. Faster and pricier than the headline number. Only half of those are pre-sale, and that's the more honest read on the organic demand when you ex-nay the developer. So why do listings fail? About 10% of listings here expired or get pulled without selling. The median ask on those is $5.95 million and $1,114 a square foot, both above the actual closing numbers. They sit with a median 258 days before the seller gives up. It's not a neighborhood problem. It's kind of just scattered everywhere. So it's overall a overpricing problem is what that tells me. So next up, here are 5 neighborhoods worth knowing, and we'll get into a little bit on the numbers here. Quick hits on the pockets of the communities, that will tell their own story on each little pocket here. So Deer Cottage's highest volume in the community, 14 closing, lowest price point, median 1.94 million. Different product, different buyer. It moves fast. Villas at Vista Point, highest price per square foot out of any high volume subdivision. 1,300 a square foot. Don't read that as overpriced, though. These are single-family homes under 3,000 square feet, all built in 2025. Small footprint naturally runs higher when you're talking price per square foot, so don't try and comp those against anything else. Westview, 5 closing, median 4.43 million. There are some square foot limits over there, so that brings that down. But for example, a 2020 build home sold at 940 square foot in just 5 days, while a 2007 built home took 455 days at 699 square feet. Same pattern in West Hills, just on a smaller scale. Newer product moves, older product sits, and discounts very heavily. So there's a very split market there. In West Hills, the lowest price per square foot in the community, $713. These are old, outdated, early 2000s homes that are also unusually large, averaging around 8,500 square feet. An expensive remodel on a huge footprint. So you got to take that into account. 115 days on market, roughly 3 times the community pace. Proof that it's the house and not the location. The one West Hills home built in 2022, still pending. It's priced at $1,267 a square foot. That's above every older West Hills sale and above the market median. So same views, same axis, different age, different product. So it's all about that new product, because that old stuff, early 2000s, is going to take so much money to remodel because they're big footprints as well. Now on to something a little different. Links Edge. This is one to watch. 0 closed sales, 0 active listings. Every transaction there is pending. All pre-sale for 2026 and 2027 completion. Median contract price is $5.31 million. List price, I should say, 970 square foot. After Sage Hills, this is the next development to watch as it starts closing and those numbers start to pump up with being in the path of progress. We will see some high price per square foot closing here soon, because that is close to the new golf course and new clubhouse. So here's where things stand. A hard deadline coming with the club membership pricing, new golf course, new clubhouse, real momentum for anything priced right. A pending pipeline that's smaller and more organic than it first looks. And a handful of neighborhoods where the story is more nuanced than the headline number, and you can't just blanket statement them. So if you want to walk through the membership deadline or what any of this really means for buying and selling, my info is below. Subscribe for the next update, and I'll see you then. And if you want me to go into more detail on a specific neighborhood or specific stat that doesn't make sense to you, there's always nuance in these stats. Hit me up. Like I said, my information is in the description. Love helping people that reach out from the YouTube channel. So see you guys on the next one.